Welcome to NoChaNoMa, Simon's Living Room, where we'll be reflecting on life as it is at the moment. I would have had guests, and if you'd seen the advert, they apologised for not being able to be with me. Oh dear, I have to give. I was just yes, I was getting a bit of echo there from watching myself. Solipsistic. Anyway, welcome to the show. A reflective show, as I said before, and I'm just going to have a sip of my usual, just to ease things along. Two viewers. Welcome, viewers. Can you tell me, can you hear birds in the background? Hello, Tomo. Did you get the link? I sent you on Twitter. How are you? So am I pre-bath or post-bath? I'm not sure. And can you hear the crows in the background? Because I've got a video playing in the background here with Mount Fuji on Lake Biwa, I think it is, and it's for the reflection there in the water. But there's some. You hear strange things. Yes. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll see if I can knock the sound off here. Right. I've cancelled the sound from the video. Now, if you can, if you still hear crows in the background, it didn't work, or there's something bizarre going on, or both. Yes, it's Mount Fuji. I've actually got somebody's video from last year, from this year, beginning of this year, playing. It's basically a 2-hour video of scenes, static scenes from Japan. And there's some nice reflections in it, like the reflection of Mount Fuji in the lake here, and further on there's trees and everything just reflecting. It's all about reflecting, reflecting on existence. As I was saying, I was going to have guests from Holland, but they need to recuperate because of they've been having to work through the lockdown. One of them's a school teacher, and they just need time to unwind. And I got a rather nice like. I got my dopamine hit from Instagram this morning. I had lots of people like my advert on Instagram, which is always nice to see. Hi Nosh, you made it. I'm not too bad, Tomo, actually. I shall perhaps go into it later in the show, but okay, doing okay. Anyway, I got my dopamine hit because one person who I had not expected to like or even noticed my videos was, and I don't know whether she's watching. If you are, thank you. Was classical guitarist Xu Fei Yang, who I follow on Instagram, and she actually liked the video. So I quickly messaged her to say she's welcome to pop in. I doubt whether she would. Hey, Frederick. So, Nosh, you made it. Hello. Oh, there's things going off all over the place. What's that? That's probably Facebook. What's that? Sorry. In this time of... Oh, it's my friend from Nagoya, Keiko. So, explaining to me what one of the plants is on her balcony. That's another thing. I mean, I have plants in my living room. Not this living room, but downstairs in the real one. I don't have a balcony, and sometimes I remember to water them, and they're green. Of my knowledge, Final Fantasy VII and up way too late. It's only when you've got the guidebook and played it 100 and maxed out 100% that I would show you respect. I've done that with Final Fantasy 10, 2. Hello, Mark's messaging me, and it's coming through in strange echoes. What is it, Mark? Hang on. Oh, no, you can see it all on there. No, don't look on your phone, Simon. I'm using screen capture here. Made your friend's video otaku. Hang on, what's Mark saying? He was in the audience. What's he saying now? Who would message you on Facebook? How irritating. Yes, because it sort of... I shall switch it off on here. Let's have a look, because it makes strange noises which get captured. Oh, you're working on working up to 100%. So tell me more, Tomo. What does that mean? How did your friend's video become otaku because of the coronavirus? Curious now. Yes, getting back to Nosh, I 100%ed Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X-2, Final Fantasy VIII. I think the longest I played was Final Fantasy X-2, and I had something like 200 hours on that. Well, I would love to video chat with people, but it's at the age of instant communication. First, you have to message them, then they have to think about it, then they have to come up with a time that's good for both of you. And by the time that all happens, you've still got to have the urge to do it. It's about as you might as well just write them a letter. The speed that it goes these days, or is it? It could just be me, of course. Oh God, not him again. Hello, Ty. How's the stash? Nice picture that was. Staying at home and just talking to friends on video, I'd be quite happy. I mean, I've got the staying home bit. It's talking to friends on video chat that's the tricky bit. I mean, this is the closest I've got so far all week. You're busy. I would be theoretically busy on the days that I'm not at work, and sometimes I feel guilty because I've not been, and then work phones me up, and I have to go in and be busy at work, which is not fun. Yes, beginning of last week, I was warned that I would be coming in to help the builder break out a floor. I thought, oh, okay, yeah, sort of one day, a few hours breaking out a floor. 2 days, like 11 hours a day, him with the jackhammer and me carting stuff in a wheelbarrow into a container. I couldn't get off the settee at the end of the night because of my back. And there's better things to do your back in and not get off the settee for than carting broken concrete. Anyway, where were we? We were reflecting. Well, I'm reflecting. I'm rambling. And yes, this is a long video, by the way, behind me. I needed one that kept going. But yes, in the park, when I made the advert, I saw the reflections in the water, and I thought that would make a good theme and title. I've been reflecting on my life indoors. There's only so much you can do within your limits and motivations to improve on things. I mean, I've seen lots of things on Facebook and so on of people doing this, that, and the other. And my friend there from Nagoya, who just mentioned me in a comment, she's busy with her plants outside. But I did think, and I've watched lots of videos about it, about making a whisper room. Now, what's a whisper room? Well, or a vocal booth, because I've got this microphone now, and I've got the wherewithal. But apparently, you need more than that. You need complete dead silence, absolute silence, in order to record vocal demos. There we go. We're changing into more reflections. And that is not possible in this room or any room in my house. I mean, it's more possible now than it was because of the coronavirus. The train tracks outside that I'm just looking at now are quite often silent, and the road too is also much more silent. So, but in general, any noise from outside will ruin your sound recordings. And not just the sound of the room reflecting your voice and everything, but any noise from outside. So I was looking at how to build one of these things, and that would have been a project for me to do. And I've got all these what they call eco checks that you get here from work. That's in lieu of payment from the government or something. It's rather good. They give you €200 a month, which is about $200. But you've got to spend them on ecologically sensible products. And so I thought, well, I could get insulating bits and bobs and do it. You can spend them in do-it-yourself places. So I was tempted to go and buy all this stuff to build a whisper room, and I may still do that. Making masks. I wore my first mask the other day. First time ever during the whole thing that I've worn a mask. It was apparently a new rule. Rules keep changing, and the work is supposed to be starting and opening up again in a couple of weeks. And one of the things is that employees have to wear masks. And when I was being sent out to do deliveries, they thought perhaps it would be a good idea if I wore a mask. Nobody else was wearing them, just me. But anyway, this whisper room has not materialized in the free time that I've had. It involves lots of do-it-yourself work, and I mean, I've got enough of these eco checks. It would come to about €600 to €800 or $600 to $800 or something that would for all the materials and stuff. But it's a question of, if I start it, it's going to be a semi-permanent thing. And it's going to take up quite a bit of space in the apartment, in a rental apartment. So there's lots of things to consider. And then when I've done it all, would it be effective? Takeout. I've not done a takeout yet. We can still go to the supermarket here and buy groceries. I kind of skipped lunch, which I usually do on Saturdays. I had some fruit and a marmalade sandwich and a coffee. Oh, that's what I was going to do. That's right. I may disappear and leave you with the rather static lake behind me, and go and get some. Who's that? Oh, it's Mark again. Oh, nice reflections, Mark. Where's this? Looks like Japan somewhere, or a Japanese garden. It's nice. But I have an ice cream. I have ice creams. I have to save some for my sons when they come later today. I may go and indulge on camera. Yes, I did last year have a kind of a diet going, but when you're under stress, you resort to artificial means of relief. They bought masks 10 years ago. I suppose, yes, masks don't generally sort of, if kept well packaged, don't go off. I suspect the mask that I was given will be just brought out now and again for use. Oh, and for those who don't know, my sister caught the virus. She's a paramedic, so it was basically a question of time before she caught it. And she's been through all the grinder with the flu symptoms and sleeping for hours and hours and hours and so on. But she seems to be recovering, which is good. And it's not guaranteed, obviously, because some of her medical colleagues have not been so lucky. SARS. They were for SARS. Ah, yeah, the SARS virus. Yeah, 10 years ago. They should still be good. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder. You were at Shinichi's Instagram live, weren't you, Nosh, a few hours ago? I wonder whether he'll pop in. I haven't actually sent him a link to watch. Perhaps I could do that. Hang on. I have to go to Instagram. Excuse me. There we go. Right. But he said he was busy filming something. To watch. I'll say you're here, Nosh. That'll bring him in. Have chance. Between parentheses, Nosh is here. Magic word. Yeah, that's the right. Okay. That probably won't work. Hey, Ellen. Oh, you need a snack. Snack. Woke up snack. No, I'm quite. Apart from like indulging in marmalade sandwiches, to an unnecessary degree, I don't really snack. But I know what you mean. Yes. Snackfast, not breakfast. Have you been able to get outside today, Ellen? It's a lovely day out here, just looking out of the window, and a bit cooler than it was the other day. At some point this afternoon, after the show, I may force myself to go outside again. But there's only so far you can cycle without having seen it. These ducks are going. Yes. So what have you all been up to? Nosh has been gaming. Tomo's been video chatting. You went to the backyard, Ellen. So I'm being watched in a sun lounger in the backyard. Or did you come inside? I actually talked to or chatted with where is it? Well, I can't see point of it yet. The duck people, the StreamYard people, and there will be a mobile version that they're working on. So at some point, possibly this year, I don't know what their schedule is, but hopefully I'll be able to go out and about with you again, as I used to do, and take you to various spots in Belgium. If my car is still allowed in. Gardening. Yeah, I vaguely remember. I used to sort of mow the lawn and pull up weeds, and when I sort of lived in a house with a garden, that was the extent of my gardening. I haven't done that for about 10 years because I've lived in an apartment. But yes, it will be good. German bread made in Japan. Brot. Or is that Danish? I can't remember. You cleaned up all your social media. Well, my Twitter doesn't no longer seems to tweet what I originally hoped it would tweet. In the sense that I follow all these people and half of them don't tweet anymore. And obviously, with an interest in Japan, I set my preferences to Japan, so I get lots of tweets that I have no idea what they're saying from people who I have no idea who they are. And the people I want to see, I had to make a special list, and they don't tweet much either. So You post a lot to your other account. Well, I mean, YouTube-wise, the last one was a chili pepper tour, something, and where you never appeared, and you just sat on the car that went round the factory. So perhaps there's another channel where you're vlogging like crazy and going around and so on. But I don't know what it is. No, we don't know that one. Handazuki. Oh, your electronics channel handle. Is that Instagram or is that YouTube? I mean, I'm not really au fait with electronics, so if I subscribed, it would be just purely out of friendship and rather than knowledge or interest. Oh, there we are. Background's changed again. No reflections, that one. I didn't actually go through this 2-hour video to see whether what was in it, but it's all very innocent, so that's all right. All the above, but mostly Instagram. I had to sort of tidy up my Instagram feed. I keep getting spammed by young ladies in well endowed young ladies in not very much, which I keep having to report as spam. Whether it's just my profile on Instagram, the algorithm says it's middle-aged single chap needs spam from East European women. I don't know. You created a low-power TV station, so you can you can watch Netflix on a CRT tube. Okay. Just having a nostalgia rush. So you're having to sort of downgrade the visuals from HD to SD. It's being really retro. Are you still there, Dibble? Or are you lurking in the background? Where were those pictures from? Was that a Japanese garden that you sent on Facebook? Was that a Japanese garden in Japan, or was it a Japanese garden somewhere in south of England? Next hipster move. Oh dear. Well, you've got the hair now. You could do a man bun, couldn't you, Nosh? You could do a man bun and wear a plaid shirt and have a little pork pie hat and an earring and an old telly. I don't know, Mrs. Nosh might disown you. Which video chat I use? Whatever anybody who will video chat with me uses. I use Skype. I mean, my singer friend from Hong Kong, who now is living in Japan, we used to Skype. But then we decided Line was more convenient, so I've used Line. And my friend in Yamaguchi sometimes uses Line, but her phone is rubbish. So, and her Wi-Fi in her apartment is rubbish. So getting to actually video chat with her takes sort of months of patience. What else do I use? I've used Facebook video chat on Messenger. That works pretty well. And what else do I use? I think I don't know whether Instagram actually has a live thing. I think Instagram also has a live thing. Apple FaceTime. Oh, well, no, I don't have a Mac. Ah, okay. Right. Line is okay, but it does sort of downgrade the visuals, I noticed. I mean, I've got my camera here that can do 1080p and whatnot, but even with that, line automatically, if I do it on the computer or even on the phone, it's a rather fuzzy picture, I find, for line. Ah, Zoom. Yes, I'm in a voiceover group on Facebook. I'm sort of the secret non-voiceover member, the voiceover wannabe on this group, and they've had Zoom meetings or Zoom party. I wasn't invited to the last one though. I mean, the first one I was invited to, but I'm not quite sure what happened. Then I didn't get invited. But anyway, yes, we've had Zoom meetings, and that's quite good. It was in Japan, but you don't know where. You were just there, and it was a random place in Japan that you happened to be, and you forgot. That's I do that. It's all right. You don't prefer video chat. I think this is what happened. Quite a lot of people our age don't seem to like it. This is what I was saying earlier. It takes a while to set it up, in the sense of, shall we chat at such and such a time? Yes, okay. Instead of just pressing video chat go, which is instant and you can do that, we have to sort of arrange. Oh, this time, that time. I can see your chat now on. Yes, Dibble. I can see your chat on. If you're talking about comments, and if you're talking about Messenger, yes, yeah. But if you're talking about comments, yes, your comments are appearing. But yes, I mean, so why don't you prefer it? It's because they call you at bath time or something. No, I mean, yes, you've. I mean, I suppose because you can do it anywhere, really. I mean, you could be outside and do it. You don't have to sort of worry about them seeing sort of dirty laundry lying around or anything inside or something like that. So, I mean, there's, or are you just not like the rather strange nature of you're talking to somebody face to face, but not really? Yes, this is basically what I'm doing now, Tomo, with you guys. I'm basically video chatting, and it gets uploaded and preserved for posterity. You prefer voice chat over typing? Yeah, I mean, when I sort of can't type quickly enough, I press the sort of the voice message button. But generally, and typing also, that gives you time to think. What you're going to say? Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, there are friends I would love to just video chat with, so you could just talk one to one, and you could see what their reactions and so on. But that really doesn't happen most of the time. It's just texting, and they text, and you read it, and that gives you your brain ample time to think of a response, and then you type it and you write it out, which is different to speaking. It's not quite so spontaneous. Yeah, voice chat too. It used to be called telephoning, and this is another thing. I mean, telephoning seems to be reserved for friends, family members, and extremely sort of very close sort of friends, not in wider social circles. So that only very few people are given privilege of the person's telephone number. But on the other hand, who uses the telephone these days anyway? I mean, I can't remember the last time I picked up the phone and phoned somebody socially to talk to them. It's always been text or voice chat online. Tele what? Tele the telephone. Zoom is rubbish. I don't know. Zoom, I mean, in what sense? That you can have about 50 people at once. You never social phone, Ellen. I used to, sort of 40 years ago, and that sort of thing, before all this was invented. But these days, no. You have to call it. Yes, grandmothers are like my mother. I mean, she will occasionally call me on. Well, no, I don't think she doesn't have a smartphone. She doesn't have like any app. So every time she calls me, it's always on the phone. Yes, well, that's understandable. 95, and texting is not really a thing. No, I mean, talking about sort of getting behind the times. I mean, even us here now doing all this sort of online business, it's still sort of we're still losing it to the Zoomers, should I say? Because Japandi Jones, who was on the show a couple of times before, a couple of years ago, he's now moved over permanently to Twitch, and Radri, who was on here, he was viewing him and saying that he's killing it on Twitch. And Jonesy was saying that YouTube is like, he calls it boomer tube. Yeah, if you want to chat, it's better to meet up. We shall do that when this is all sort of died down and you can go and visit sort of people who aren't family members. We shall go to Delft. Mixer. Oh, I've lost track. Mixer is the new platform. Back like 10 years ago, there was a Canadian chat app thing, a bit like Vines and Snapchat and all that. They only last about a year or 18 months, these things anyway. I mean, you say what you will about BoomerTube. It's been going long enough, and it doesn't look like it's going to end. Twitch, though, I mean, I go on Twitch to see, what Jones is doing and what Radri is doing. But when I look for anything else, it's all kids, really, just doing kids stuff. It is, probably why this is BoomerTube. TikTok, yes. Oh, quite a few of my YouTube friends do TikTok. Starlet Shay, for example. I think even Kaysan Death does it. Can't see me doing TikTok, really. I don't think you can see me doing TikTok either. There's a lot of makers on Twitch, yes, but they're all doing this sort of thing, but with lots of graphics going on and lots of bells and whistles and so on. I've got my Twitch tube thing all set up, but I haven't really figured it out yet. You're watching me on Twitch. How is that possible, Radri? How can you can watch YouTube on Twitch? I mean, that seems rather sort of a long way around. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, no, wait a minute. You're live on Twitch on your channel. Hello, Twitchers. Hello, Twitchers. Say hello to your Twitchers for me, Radri. Say that I may deign to actually appear on Twitch at some point when I can be asked. And if they can be asked to watch, that's more's the better. Yes, Dibble is going back in the years. Voice over internet provider. It was TeamSpeak and Ventrilo. Yes, two solid platforms that everybody has forgotten about. Excuse me. I need to lubricate the old vocal cords and kill off some brain cells. I can't do what Jonesy does, though. Yeah, but Jonesy's not been married, had kids, and had much of a life yet. So, I mean, he's got plenty of time. Twitcher sounds like an affliction, but it's also a bird spotter. So, yeah, the bird spotting channel on Twitch, where they sit in a shed and look at pigeons. You mean TeamSpeak is still going? Probably. Yes, with Windows 98 or Windows 95 even graphics. That sounds like a bit like OBS. Now Radri is here. Have you got your head round OBS yet, Radri? When I was looking at it for an option to do live streaming, Nosh, you said it had a steep learning curve. You said that to Shinichi, and it's just like, oh dear. The visual interface alone is like looking at something from the 1990s. Let's play some MP3s. Yes, all the second-hand stores are absolutely crammed full of old iPods and MP3 players that you can pick up at car boot sales. So what's happening? Come on, Radri. I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I can't have your Twitch going while this is going, because it would there would be strange sound things going on because I've got system sound on. But tell me in comments what's happening. Have you got lots of viewers? Are they going, who the F is this old fart that you're watching? Have you figured out what the bells mean yet? And SanDisk. I only use those for memory cards. That's how I know what they are. Where were we? I mean, I would quite like to see this waterfall in real life. What you can't see, though, is from what I've seen, there's a concrete path and a wooden rail or a metal rail, so basically where the camera is standing. So it's not quite as wild and natural. MS, hang on. Radri on Twitch? Yes. He's hello, Daniel. He's trying to shake the boomer image and get in where the action is with all the kids. You're not a fan of Twitch. Well, yeah, it needs more cowbell, in my opinion. Yes. Hang on, I've got to adjust my properties because the sun's going in or something. Ooh, there we are. I'm a bit lighter now, lighter of spirit, thanks to a few mouse clicks. When you see that waterfall, you think of the survivalist who demonstrated drinking his own pee. You've been inside too long. Okay. This is what you watch on Netflix on your cathode ray tube. I keep trying Twitch. I mean, if I'm bored tomorrow, I may have a go. And I don't know how you schedule it on Twitch. I don't know how people who are not initiates on Twitch, followers or whatever you call them, how they would find out that you're broadcasting. I'll probably have to do what I do for this and spam everybody. Hey, everybody, come and watch me on this instead. You deleted the Twitch app. I haven't got it on my phone. This is probably Not a good thing if you want to be a twitcher. You just go live. Yeah, I know. It's a bugger. I mean, I have to tell people. I'd have to sort of phone everybody up. Hello, I'm going on. Switch your computer on and turn your phone on. I'm going on Twitch now. You keep twitching when you drink your own pee, Daniel. Yes, that was the tone of the show has gone. There we go. I prefer to drink wine. I don't twitch very much. Oh, bugger. Yes. Can I just leave you with the waterfall and the urge to go to the toilet while I go and get an ice cream? Excuse me. Talk amongst yourselves a minute. Don't go away. Sorry about that. You know, ice cream's downstairs in the fridge, so I have to do that. You've run out of ice cream. What ice cream? This ice cream, Radri, from the fridge. It's got a little nipple on it. I've had this before when I was interviewing Shane from Kyoto and the beer, ice cream, and philosophy. Oh, look, something in a boat. Beer, ice cream, and philosophy show. But it's double caramel, vanilla choc ice with double caramel. Vanilla, yeah, vanilla with a caramel coating and then a chocolate around it. Yeah, Zoom for business. Me, you, and the board of executives of some random company wondering what the hell's going on. Everybody go and get an ice cream. Join me. Excuse me, crunching, ASMR crunching sounds. There's a freezer compartment in your fridge, Dibble. It could be snack time, though, Nosh. It could be snack time. Yeah, vanilla ice cream and wine. Healthy combination. You can't go to the fridge because you're at the bath. When are you coming on the show, Tombo? Well, I'm forcing Nosh to stay awake. I'm terribly sorry. He'll wake up lunchtime tomorrow cursing me. Hmm? Ah, Nosh will wake up cursing me for having kept him awake beyond the Call of Duty. Hmm? Oh, hang on. Please say what again? That I have Nosh will be. I can't remember what I said. Tell her what I said. Nosh, I can't remember. That he will be regretting. He'll be cursing me. 5 a.m. and you're watching a man eat ice cream on the internet. Whatever you do, don't let your grandmother watch Twitch. Certainly not Japandi Jones. These young people today. I've read about what caffeine does, how it works. It blocks the reuptake of some kind of hormone in your brain that would normally be released to make you feel sleepy. Not a lot of people know that or care. You're working every day from home, presumably, or do you have to actually go to work? I don't think I could ever work from home. Too many distractions. I mean, if I do make a go of the voiceover thing, then I should work from home, and that wouldn't be too bad. But working on the computer from home, too much risk of clicking on something else. It's a very slow background video, isn't it? The man in the boat is doing laps, yeah. The video I'm using is from I think a Japanese channel called Natural Mind, who has 16 subscribers. It could also be called the Watching Paint Dry channel, but that would be a bit cruel. That was rather nice. I've like I said before, I've saved 2 now for my sons, so as not to feel too guilty. Did you get your ice cream, Ellen? What flavour did you have? Well, actually, it's 2 people in boats. Perhaps they'll have a race. We'll just sit and wait for them to do something. Ouch. Ah. What? Ah, ouch. Keep it down. Oh, oh, my comment on on that person's channel. Yeah, the same could be said of my channel. I mean, certainly my older videos. Mini size and magnum. Oh, I know. I like those. Yes, with the almond bits on the outside. Keep it down. What? Are we talking too loudly? Is Mrs. Nosh sort of reaching over and bashing you, saying, "Shut up"? No, I might do that. Dibble. Pardon. Watching a man eat drying paint. Okay. Touche. The boat people. I looked at a drone video as a background. I looked at temple videos. I looked at, walking in Japanese street videos, and nothing sort of resonated with reflection. And then I came across this one, and it's all reflections in water. So I thought and it's Japan, so does the job. Meanwhile, back on Twitch, Radri is getting more bells. Oh, this was at the start of the video. It must just have, it could be that he's edited it together. It goes on for 2 hours, this video. What would be great, Nosh? If something happened on this show that was entertaining, possibly relevant, to the point, and on topic, that there would be a topic, that there would be guests. No, tell me, Nosh, what would be great? If those two people in boats came up to the camera, perhaps. Oh dear. A point of view teacup ride at Disneyland. That's you sending me photos, isn't it, Dibble? I can't get them from here on there during the show, but at a future point. Wombles. Yes, exactly. Or it's cousin It from the Addams Family and all his relatives. Hang on, let's see if I can make that a full screen, and then we can do that. Come on, rotate your thing. Come on, rotate. Will it rotate? Stupid. You're watching a man now twiddle his phone to try and make it rotate. Hang on, here we go. Hang on. You can maybe see that. Can you see that? I don't know. What does that look like? It doesn't look like anything on. It's difficult to see. No, it's not really. You can't really see that. But it's actually, I think it's rice. Rice sheaves of rice on poles in a Japanese field. And Dibble says they look like wombles. You have to Google womble if you don't know what a womble is. There's a bee next to my ear. Yeah. Most people here don't know the wombles. No. So anybody not British into chat hasn't got a clue what we're talking about. Not British, and anybody not British and under 40 doesn't know what a womble is. And if they do, I'm amazed. Looks like a smartphone. Yeah, Daniel. I saw the Wombles live once at Happy Mount Park in Morecambe. And I think it was in 1975, 76, something like that. I'd have been much happier seeing Wonder Woman, who I was besotted with at that time, Linda Carter. But yeah, that's another story. Well, there's 5 minutes to go, and amazingly, I've rambled on for an hour, had an ice cream, drank some wine, and hopefully entertained everybody. And you've kept me from going insane. Well, at least it looks like that. That's nothing to boast about, Simon. I wasn't boasting. It was just a statement of fact that I saw the Wombles. Oh, dear. There you learn things on this show. Is there a vaccine for Wombles? I hope so. Yes. Google Wombles. I lost somebody. Somebody left, gave up viewing when they heard Wombles. So next week on the Simon NoChaNoMa show, I haven't a clue. In collaboration with Nosh, I've got something on the back burner, which all depends on the person seeing the email that I sent and having the time available. But that's obviously not going to happen next week. It's some future prospect, and it seems that Shinichi-san has probably sort of done the Japanese thing and politely declined to. If you're there, he might be watching. I don't know, but he was probably busy. But still hoping for Shinichi and Satoshi to come on the show. So that's on the go. But what I'm trying to say is, will there be guests next week? I don't know. Will you be there? One hopes. I shall be here. Generally not going anywhere. Not this year, anyway. Unless everything all sort of clears up. But what is it next week, anyway? It's next month, next week, isn't it? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, the 2nd of May. So, yes. Unless there's StreamYard suddenly decides to release their app between now and next week, I shall probably still be inside. I could do. I have an app on the phone that allows me to stream that I've done before, but it doesn't allow me to stream to this channel, because this channel is exclusively tied up with StreamYard, and I would have to stream to my old channel that has the adverts on it. So you'd all have to go over there. If I did that and I couldn't schedule it, I would just have to start streaming, but I would spam you all and do lots of social media stuff to let everybody know. So in desperation, I might try and do that. Otherwise, it'll be just this again. Possibly without the ice cream. Certainly with the wine and more randomness. And you may watch out for Twitch. Or not. I might have a go. I keep saying I'm going to have a go at Twitch. But I would have to repeat myself on a Sunday. And it's never very good repeating yourself. But with 1 minute to go, counting the minutes here. Look at clock watching on your own show. It's not very good, is it? No. But it's that time again where I have to go and be a dad and think of things to do tomorrow. I've got the washing machine programmed to start in about an hour. Bye, Ellen. Yeah, this is the gimmick. The guests always cancel. Yes, and I get the guests to say they've cancelled in the advert. First, I tell the people I'm going to have guests. They think, ooh, and then the guests cancel, and the people could just come anyway. That's the trick. Okay. So next week, it could be more of the same, possibly without the kayakers in the background. But thank you for joining me. Thank you, Ellen. I hope you enjoy your ice cream or enjoyed it. Thank you, Nosh, for staying awake. Thank you, Tomo, for being very clean. Thank you, Daniel, for being giving us the innuendo that we so richly deserved. And thank you, Dibble, for the photos. And who else have we got? Radri, probably busy sort of twitching. And anybody who have not mentioned, who perhaps didn't announce themselves, thank you for watching. And those watching after the event, quite a lot of you, I imagine, watched for about 30 seconds of, maybe just to boost my figures. Oh, I should do what Radri says. I should like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that bell and support me on Patreon, which I haven't got and don't care about. But anyway, see you next week, everybody. I'm going to hit that button. And oh, somebody just joined. Bye, everybody. If you just joined, I'm terribly sorry. You've missed an hour of rambling nonsense. You can rewind and see the ice cream and the wombles and everything. You need to go and drill a hole. I should do that. Okay, bye, everybody.